Welcome back, everybody, to the 2031 Mexico City Aztecs playoff run, our first title-defending season. We enter with a huge rematch starting today in the Western Conference Finals as we take on the 1-seed Houston Rockets. We had this exact same matchup a year ago. We won that series in only 5 games, but almost every game in that series came down to the wire. We just happened to play better down the stretch of all those games. There are a couple of injuries for both teams coming in. We are missing Herb Jones with that torn left Achilles for the rest of the season, but the Rockets are missing 2 key contributors. They're missing starting point guard Reed Sheppard for the rest of the year with a torn left meniscus, which he picked up back in round 1 and game 5 against Portland. And they're also missing their 90 overall backup center Dion Houston, who's coming off a high left ankle sprain in game 5 against Golden State. I think that there is maybe a chance that Houston comes back if this series goes to 7 games, because the injuries are kind of, weird in this game. But if he does not, then I do have a game plan already in place for the Rockets without both of those players. So let's go take a look at what these rotations are going to look like for each team. With the Aztecs, I have kept our rotation mostly how it was, but I did increase the minutes for John Cobb and Kylan Moore right to around 40 or so minutes. We are going to take Iguodala out of our lineup completely, and we're going to keep Bones in there, but he will have less of a role than he did in the first 2 rounds. So you'll see more minutes for Jarris Walker as well, and you'll see Cam Christie play maybe a few more minutes than he usually would, but otherwise the lineup is pretty darn similar. But for Houston, things are going to look a little bit different than we're actually used to with them, because they're going to be starting Amen Thompson at point guard. Now, he is their second best passer, only behind Frank Bauer, because he has good playmaking skill. So he's been averaging about 6 assists per game so far here in the playoffs. Has not shot the ball well from 3, obviously, but has shot the ball well overall, has passed it well, has played solid defense, and he will step in place of Reed Sheppard. And here's what their overall rotation timeline looks like. They'll bring in big minute backup G.G. Jackson off their bench in 24 minutes of game time. They'll see Nikola Jovic playing power forward and Ryan Rollins be the backup point guard whenever Thompson is not out there on the floor. We'll see Frank Bauer get about 40 minutes per game. You'll see Cam Whitmore get a pretty substantial role. And obviously, I will probably tweak each lineup as we move through the series, unless the games are close, in which case I'll probably just keep it where it is, because if they're close games, then I want to keep seeing those kinds of matchups. But let's talk about the expectations for this matchup. Obviously, coming off last season, most folks probably think that we're going to win this series. And the Rockets do have weaknesses, which we don't really have, but both teams' strengths are on the offensive end, with mid-range and 3-point shooting, layups and dunks. But strength and steals, aside from Amen Thompson, might be a big drawback for the Rockets in this matchup. But if you look down below right there, the Rockets are still the spread consensus pick coming in, despite our overall grades being A+ across the board. Theirs, not so much. They apparently have worse outside defense than we do. Otherwise, it is going to be a very, very even matchup. We won the last game by 15 points, but the game prior to that, the Rockets won by 15 points. So there's no telling who's going to win. And here are the starting lineups, as we already kind of talked about. You can see that Frank Bauer is the leader in almost all of their stats, while we have a couple different key contributors across the board with our star trio of John Cobb, David Dennis, and Kylan Moore. But we'll see what Amen Thompson can give them as their starting point guard. And it should be a really, really good matchup once again. These were the 2 best scoring teams in the playoffs coming into this matchup. We apparently on paper have a better defense, but, we've been watching more games and we have simmed all of theirs, so that could be a factor. Rebounds are pretty damn close. They're a really good offensive rebounding team, but losing Dion Houston could prove to be a major factor in this game. Assists are almost identical. Both teams have been very efficient shooting-wise across the board. Top 5 in field goals and free throws, and then both teams are top 10 in three-point percentage. And you'll see probably some high-level blocking skills from guys like Frank Bauer and Kylan Moore and a couple more of those bigs, but I'm not really sure what to expect. I am probably going to expect a pretty close series like it was a year ago, and we'll see if that ends up coming down to the wire in all these games like it did last year. But without further ado, let's dive in to Game 1. So here we go, the Western Conference Finals, a rematch of rivals from a year ago. Two teams that have been going back and forth in the win column over the past several seasons. The one against the two, the Rockets with home court advantage. Here we go in Houston, Texas. And the conference finals have officially tipped off. Frank Bauer wins the tip. The Rockets will open with the ball. Here we go in the Toyota Center. Should be a highly offensive matchup as Amen Thompson draws the foul on the opening play of the night. It's going to be a foul against the Aztecs. I think that was David Dennis called for that one, but the first free throw dances off the rim for Amen Thompson. The back end will put the first point on the board. And we start off with a turnover. Cam Whitmore picks John Kopp's pocket, leads the fast break, and the adjustment midair will go for Jabari Smith Jr. Rockets lead 3-0. Off-ball screen setting up for a Jarris Walker triple, but he can't cash in from deep. On the other end, Jabari Smith works his way inside, but that one is blocked by Cam Christie of all people. Now looking for our first points. Dennis got Whitmore up in the air and puts it in for two. Here's Jabari Smith, guarded by Jarris Walker. He'll drive inside, blocked again. This time it's Walker. He tracks down the loose ball, has Dennis up ahead, and the layup will go. The Aztecs have their first lead. Screen comes up. Shadon Sharp with it against Cam Christie. Gets inside, baseline, blocked again. That's already 2 blocks for Christie, 3 for the Aztecs, but then Bauer comes back and stuffs a Kylan Moore layup attempt. A lot of defense early on. Open 3, and Jabari Smith cashes in. Screens for David Dennis into a mid-range jump shot that hits the back iron. Rebound goes to Sharp. Backdoor, blocked by Kylan Moore. Knocked away from Shadon Sharp. Now up on the offensive end with the Aztecs. Dennis working against Thompson, finds Cobb. He rattles off a 3, and it will go. 3 setting up. Cam Whitmore responds with one of his own. A very back-and-forth start. Now screen setting up. Cobb tries again from downtown. He's 2 for 2 from behind the arc. On the low block, Smith backing down Walker. Tough finish. The key, good pump fake by Cobb. Blows by a Whitmore and is fouled on his way inside. It's the first on Whitmore, first on the Rockets. Cobb coming in, shooting 96% at the line during the regular season. He's been even better in the playoffs. And the free throws are both perfect. Whipped inside, and Bauer unable to finish at the hoop, and now it's snatched away on the second chance by Kylan Moore. A lot of good defense by the Aztecs so far. Rockets showing some of their own as well. Good pass inside, right over the top, and Thompson gives the Rockets the lead back. It's 13-12, loving this start. Screen comes over from Jarris Walker. He rolls inside, gets by Smith, and lays it in for the deuce. The Rockets call timeout. Downhill. Smith nearly got the and one. It's going to be the first on Walker, second on the team. More free throws for Houston. Jabari Smith only puts up like 7 points per game, over 6 rebounds per game here in the playoffs. And he's off to a pretty solid start. This free throw will give him those 7 points, I believe. Behind the arc, fading away. No good from Jarris Walker. Not really a high percentage look right there. Rockets trying to push the tempo. Bauer between two defenders. That was tough. Out to Cam Christie. His triple is online to tie things at 17. Those are his first points. Out to Whitmore. He'll look to dash inside, and he puts Cam Christie on a poster. Mark Williams and Dylan Young check in as Christie will miss his second three-point attempt. And they also got Nikola Jovic on the floor for Houston. Same with Gigi Jackson. Clock under 5. Bauer lets one rip from downtown, but can't knock it down. Rebound goes to Kylan Moore. He spins, finds Young. The reverse dunk will eventually go through, but it came off the rim first. And there's going to be a foul as well against Frank Bauer. Dylan Young, when he gets down low, he can be a dangerous, fierce competitor. The free throw will give us the lead, 19-20. Jackson blows by Cobb, drives, and draws the first foul against Mark Williams. Rockets already racking up some fouls. They're 2 away from reaching the bonus here in the opening quarter. Jackson's been a big part of their offense coming off their bench. We saw him tear us apart in every game except for the closeout game in last year's Western Conference Finals, where he only had 0 points. Before that, though, was putting up like 20-plus points per game. The free throws are both good. Double screens off ball. Moore gets the handoff and looks to work against Nikola Jovic. Back out to Ka for the open three. It's offline. And that's going to be a bad off-ball screen by Whitmore. It's going to be a Rockets turnover. High ball screen comes up for Cobb. Tough mid-range jump shot, won't go. Bauer pulls it down. Up ahead to Jovic. He's blocked out of bounds by Kylan Moore. Rockets will keep possession. Good handoff. Open three for Thompson, but he has only shot like 10% from three here in the postseason, so don't count on those going in. Meanwhile, it's been a pretty quiet start offensively for Kylan Moore, but he has been a big defensive presence down low. Cobb draws the third foul against the Rockets here in the first quarter. That'll put him back at the line for a few more free throws. The front end is up and good. Being tied at 21. The back end for Cobb will give us the lead. Jackson with it. Takes the screen. Attacks the paint and scores. Kylan Moore wants it against Jovic. He finds Cobb wide open, top of the key. He cannot be missing those wide open shots. That was a practice shot, essentially. Under 3 to go here in the first. Shadon Sharp blows by Young. Rockets lead by 3. Now we turn the ball over. Illegal screen from Jarris Walker. Rockets take over. Ryan Rollins now in for the first time for Houston. Here's Jackson out to Smith. He'll have to fire. And he scores through the contacts. The foul will put him at the line. 3-point play capped off. Rockets have their largest lead so far. Out to Cobb, open again. This time he got it to go about, I think he's 3 for 6 or so from downtown so far. A lot of good looks early on. Smith spins, steps back, but misses the jump shot. Dylan Young pulls down the rebound, nearly turns it over. But we end up with the ball all the same. Young, tough shot over Sharp, comes out. And now the Rockets have a 4-on-3 fast break. And the 3 is offline. Rebound tip to Jarris Walker. Now we look to push. Christie off the window, soft touch, 1-point game. Jackson going for it, and Cobb mistimed that steal in a bad way. Here's Christie into a 3 to tie things up, but that one comes out. Nikola Jovic the rebounds. Smith drives right inside. Mark Williams not even trying to play any defense right there. And the Rockets increase their lead back to 5. Downhill, Christie blocked off the backboard by Nikola Jovic. Up ahead, Jovic misses the lay, and that time we actually had some good paint defense by Mark Williams. Here's Jarris Walker going right at Jabari Smith, getting physical, and eventually it all works out. Last shot here in the quarter, Rollins from way downtown, no good. But the Rockets here on their home turf hold on to a 3-point lead after 1. David Dennis back on the floor as the second quarter kicks off, and Dylan Young gets blocked by the rim. On the other end, Jackson wide open for a 3. He knocks it down. Bones Highland now on the floor as well for the Aztecs. I think it's his first time out there so far in this game. Nice shot there by Young. Here's DG Jackson, a really tough bucket. I mean, you can't play better defense than Dylan Young did right there. There have been 14 lead changes, 3 ties already in this one. And right now we are playing from behind, trailing by 6 after that miss from Dylan Young. Jovic, little pump fake, back out to Whitmore. Good passing by the Rockets. Here's Rollins, handing off. Open 3 for Bauer. That one comes out. Kylan Moore wants it down low, matched up against the point guard. Kicked out. Highland to Young, and a good recovery on defense by the Rockets. Shot clock under 5 now. Young's going to have to force it, but he steps out of bounds. And now a great steal. Young cuts off the pass, leads the fast break, but it's blocked by Jackson. How did he catch up to him? Rollins lobs it up to Cam Whitmore. And now some early fireworks for the Rockets here. And it's 39-31. Offense has got to find their rhythm here. And we turn the ball over again. Whitmore strips Highland, rattles off a triple, comes out. Offensive rebound. Rollins, the second chance miss. We just caught a big break right there. And we give it right back. Young lost it this time. Whitmore takes it inside, but slows things down. Spins, bounce pass to Bauer for the bucket. We trail by 10. What a start to the quarter for Houston. Aztecs offense could use some life right about now. Cobb's back on the floor. He'll drive and give it to us. Yeah, we might have to play him a lot more than we have so far. He's already played 13 minutes and has 15 points on very efficient shooting. Bauer shuffles it to Jackson. Back out to Thompson. He'll take the screen. Spinning. And good defense by Dennis. Smith's three-point jump shot won't go. Out to Jarris Walker. He'll try a 3. That one also comes out. Jarris Walker, I believe, now 0 for 3 from downtown. He shot the 3-ball well here in the playoffs, but not tonight. Jabari Smith has had one of his best first halves all postseason long. Cobb trying to get by Jackson. Drives and throws it down. We might have to play Cobb like 45 minutes at this point until somebody else can step up. We've seen Kylan Moore go scoreless, I believe, so far. David Dennis has been quiet. Needs somebody else to give Cobb some help. Good turnover forced there by Walker. The 3 for Dennis comes off the rim. And Bauer pulls it down. Downhill, Thompson to the corner. Stolen away by Kylan Moore. Walker on the other end. Shuffles right into a dunk. Backs in, rises, and cashes in another three. I think it's his third so far in the contest. Rockets not letting us back in so far. Just over half the quarter left to play. Dennis, another miss on the jump shots. Uh-oh, here we go. Mismatch inside. Out to Bauer. That three comes out. He's not very reliable from downtown, at least at this point so far in his career. But he's already got 9 rebounds in the half. That's really impressive. But David Dennis finally gets on the board. There we go. Bauer now against Walker. Throws it up off the back iron. No good. Here's Walker the rebounds. Dennis has 5 points. Cobb's got 18 or so. Maybe he's got 20 points by now. Highland swatted away. We get it back. And the offense can reset. Screen for Dennis. Back to Walker. That shot is tipped away by Frank Bauer. Both teams with a lot of blocks here in the first half. Open three for Thompson. He can't knock it down. Cobb comes down with the rebounds. Now he tries a three. And that one rattles out. Here's a Whitmore at the rim. 2 defenders there to contest the shots. 7-point game. Jarris Walker makes it 5. Jovic gets the feed, drives, and misses the layup. That was a pretty good look at a layup, though. David Dennis looking for some isolation, but eventually just kicks it out. Gets it back. The three from Moore. No good. I think he still is yet to score tonight. Gotta get him involved. Bauer, an easy deuce. And we turn the ball over again. Williams just can't hang on to the ball. Sharp on the other end. No good. Lucky miss right there. That was a wide open look. Kylan Moore blocked out of bounds by Jovic. Inbound to John Cobb. His triple is blocked out of bounds, apparently off of him. My God, the Rockets are playing some high-level defense right now. They've got, like, at least 5 blocks this quarter. They slide, and Whitmore with a tough finish. Rockets keeping us at bay right now, and we have really only scored 13 points so far in the quarter. Less than 3.5 to go until halftime. Need a spark here. Screen from Mark Williams. The step back three. On line from John Cobb. Here's Shadon Sharp. Pick and roll with Jovic. Blocked. No, they're going to call a foul. And Young was not even touching Sharp on that drive. What a bailout. Front end for Sharp. Will go. And the back end is good as well. Dennis gets the handoff, drives on Rollins, fouled on his way inside. Not a whole lot of fouls on either team here in the quarter, only 2 against them, 1 against us. Our first free throws of the quarter right here. Dennis knocks down the front ends. The back end will also go. Jackson wants it in the paint against John Cobb, fading away. Man, he has a great touch just a few feet away from the basket. A little flare screen for Cobb. His three comes off the rim. Rebound goes to Ryan Rollins. Dumped inside. Jabari Smith spinning. Now below the rim. Will have to fire, and he scores. Rockets approaching 60 first half points despite what I thought was a pretty solid defense. Apparently not. Open three. Finally, Kylan Moore scores. His first points of the night come with about 96 seconds to go in the half. Jackson once again over Cobb. This time it's too strong. And the rebound goes right to Cobb. Up ahead to Dennis. He lost it midair. Stripped away by Rollins. We have been just careless with the ball here in this quarter. And now Rollins buries a triple. Blows by Jackson, but the help is right there awaiting. Jabari Smith swats it away. What a crazy quarter so far for the Rockets defense. And now Rollins able to draw the foul. This is not what I was expecting, but the Rockets are the 1 seed for a good reason here. They want some revenge coming off last year's Western Conference Finals loss. Off-ball screens for Cobb. Open triple. That one will go. He's like the only offense for us right now. One-on-one against Cobb. And Jackson draws the foul. That's 2 in the last 2 minutes here, so Rockets down the bonus for the last 18 or so seconds of the first half. Jackson, like last year, tearing us apart. 16 points, 6 for 7 from the field. He has been elite. What a great bench option for this Houston team. He goes 1 for 2. Could be our last shot of the half. Cobb blocked again. And Jovic scoops it up. Fast break. Rollins unable to finish. And the Rockets hang on to a 10-point lead at the break. And we have a lot of work to do. All right, here we go. Second half underway. Rockets have been in control since the end of the first quarter. Dennis will get us back within 8 points to open things up here in the third. Off-ball screen setting up for Jabari Smith 3, but he passes out of it. Shot clock under 10 now for the Rockets. Bauer the screen. Whitmore into an open shot. It goes off the backboard and back through the basket. He's got 12. Backdoor cut. Cobb. Guarded by Whitmore. Fakes him out and scores. Smith kicked back out to Sharp. Shot clock winding down. He'll have to force it and eventually found some room to fire. He's only got 6 points. It's just a second field goal right there, but he's played some good defense. The Rockets have been great on offense so far, despite the countless blocks by us. We lob it up, and the tip from Cobb won't go. Thompson dumps it down low to Smith, and he still scores. Walker got back in time to contest it, but a now 13-point lead for Houston. We've got to figure this out. Christie gets the quick pass, but he can't lay it in. Come on, man. We have been really bad inside the paints. Thompson, catch and shoot 3. That one comes off. Up ahead to Walker. Great pass by Kylan Moore. Here's Shadon Sharp wide open for a 3. Luckily, that one's no good either. Up ahead to Walker again, through traffic and fouls. It's the first against Shadon Sharp. Gotta knock down these free throws now. Trailing by double digits, gotta really make all the right plays. Take the freebies like these shots right here. And Walker goes 1 for 2. That is not what you want to see. Here's Thompson. At the rim, great defense by Dennis, who pulls down the defensive rebound. Christie drive, splits defenders. What a tough drive right there. Need him or Dennis or Moore to really give Cobb that kind of second offensive star play here. But you have to really see it from anybody. Smith's 3, offline. And now the door is open to work our way back in this game. Dennis backdoor, blocked at the rim, gets it back. Here's Walker back out. The 3 won't go either. Thompson inside and fouled by Walker, his 3rd. Thompson, a fantastic athlete, has been quiet offensively here tonight, but has really played some good defense on Dennis and held him in check. The free throws are splits. Open look for Christie on the other end. That one will drop in. And now poked away. Dennis with the steal, and he will do it all himself. It's a big play right there. That could be a 4 or 5 point swing. And now a 9-1 Aztecs run has us back within 5. Got to keep up the pressure here. Baseline drive. Thompson able to draw the foul again. This time it's on Dennis, his 3rd foul. More free throws for Amen Thompson. The front end is drilled. The back end is up and good. Screen from Christie. Dennis from way downtown. Can't cash in from deep. Bauer pulls in the defensive rebounds. Thompson lobs it up. Nobody in the paint except for Sharp. Cobb. Blocked. He tried a runner on Whitmore, and he was right there to contest it. On the other end, Thompson works his way inside. Finds Jabari Smith. Backing down to Walker. Bucket and foul. We're just not being physical enough. The Rockets showing more strength than we have. And that was one of their, on paper at least, one of their weaknesses. Not sure I really agree at this point in this game. Good pump fake. Christie has a lane. And he's fouled, but still no and ones for the Aztecs at all. Every foul has been able to prevent a buckets. Got to hit the free throws. First one goes. Christie very reliable at the line, like 90+% at the charity stripe. And as I speak, he goes 1 for 2. Unreal. Up ahead. Thompson, fast break triple. Yet to hit from out there. 5 out with the Aztecs here. Nobody in the paint. Cobb will drive. And finally, we got the and one baskets. That's 3 on Sharp. Cobb and Smith trading a couple of shoulder and chest pats. A little bit of respect being traded there, and the 3-point play is capped off. Need some stops now on defense. Bauer's been quiet all night long, leaves the fadeaway shorts. Both centers for either team have really been quiet on the offensive end. Now Jarris Walker back at the line for 2. We are 1 foul away from the bonus here with just under half the quarter left to play. So doing a good job drawing some contacts. Walker knocks down the front end. Back end to make it a 5-point game. It will go. Out to Whitmore. His 3 online. Every time we get it back to within 5, the Rockets always have an answer. Dennis cuts, gets the feed, and draws the foul. Now we have reached the bonus. It's the first foul on Thompson here. Dennis, 13 points. Hasn't shot the ball very well, but is definitely trying to get us back in this game. The free throws are good. Now we're going right at Kylan Moore. He's blocked out of bounds. Moore has got to have like at least 5 blocks on the nights. He has been great on defense. Shot clock under 5 now. Fading away, and Thompson can't knock it down. Moore comes flying in for the rebound. A chance to close it to within 2 scores. Jarris Walker. The seas part for him, and we're back within 4. Bauer again, blocked by Moore. Bauer has been completely locked down. Young throws it up, and Dennis throws it down. 2-point game. Another big run by the Aztecs. Screen comes over from Bauer. Thompson drives back out to Whitmore. He has to force it up. It's good again. And that was a good contest by Dylan Young. Owns Highland. Mark Williams now out there for the Aztecs. Highland pulls up from 3. That is an ill-advised shot. Smith over Moore. Blocked again. This guy is going crazy on defense. Just not letting anything breathe down low inside the paints. Dennis back out. Open three. More. Got it to go. It's back to 2. They're trying to get Whitmore the ball. He's been their hottest offensive player here in the half. He crosses over. Hands it off. Time winding down. The 3 will not go for Sheeton Sharp. We have a chance to tie or take the lead. Mark Williams back to Bones. Lost his dribble. Young back out to Highland. He'll drive and draw the foul. The 4th on Sharp. And the free throws to tie. Bones, a very solid free throw shooter, about 80 or so %. And he misses the front end. Man, he is driving me up a wall right now. 1-point game. We keep chipping away. We're so close to retaking this lead for the first time since the first quarter. Bauer out to Rollins. Offline. Another chance for us to jump in front here. Just get a good look. Don't force anything dumb. Dennis rises. Can't cash in. And we have had only like 1 or 2 offensive boards the whole game. Well, that one's blocked by Mark Williams this time. Backdoor. Rollins. Soft touch. Houston leads by 3. Dennis again open from downtown, but cannot find his rhythm right now. That one hits the back iron. Rollins steps into another triple. That one comes out. Yoan Young the rebound. Up to Mark Williams. Don't have Cobb out there right now. So Moore and Dennis got to step up here. Little pick and roll. Shuffled inside for the easy lay-in. Jackson gets the feed down low, fades away. Every time he does that, it's a guarantee. This is absolutely absurd. He's 7 for 8 now from the field. We have no answer for this guy. Just like a year ago, Highland cuts, but still can't lay it in. And he had positioning. How do you miss that? Bauer, wide open, 5-point lead. Good pass. Young open in the corner for 3, but the 3s are not going in right now for the Aztecs. Rockets trying to save for the final shot here in the quarter. Jackson below the rim. Can't score this time. And Houston leads by 5 with a quarter left to play. We closed the gap. Missed a lot of open chances, but it's anybody's game right now. The 4th quarter begins. Aztecs have trailed since the opening quarter of play. The Rockets have kept us out of the lead since then. We've got it to within 1. But the Rockets lead now back up to 7 points. We need Cobb to play some hero ball down the stretch, it seems like. And he will start off with a pretty good shot right there from behind the arc. It's back to 4. Here's Jackson fading away. Left it short off the window. And if he's going to start missing those kinds of looks, we might have a chance. Walker off the window over Smith. It's back to 2. Downhill. Whitmore. That's just way too easy, man. Cobb drives. Help comes, and Smith blocks the shot away. They've had some good help-paint defense. Jackson, wide open. Has missed now 3 straight shots. Christie looks to drive and throw it down. There we go. Can Christie give us a big offensive spark here? Screen coming over. No, it's a handoff to Jackson. Out to Jovic. Has to jack it up. It comes out. A chance to tie or take the lead once again for the Aztecs. Gotta make this one count. Highland finds Cobb in the corner. No good. Just a lid on the rim when it's a one-score game, it seems. Jackson gets the pass inside against Cobb. He spins. Tough angle, but still got it to go. Good move. Both teams have shot 46%. But free throws and threes have been the biggest difference maker in this game, and so have some turnovers. We have coughed it up quite a bit. Christie, a foot inside the arc, in and out. Shot clock under 5. They go right back to G.G. Jackson. And that one comes out. Both teams are really taking care of the ball pretty well since the early third quarter. 4-point game. Rockets still in the lead. Little pick and roll here. Williams throws it down off the Cobb assist. Whitmore shuffles it, and now Smith is wide open at the hoop. Cobb blows by Jackson, hop steps, and finishes as he hits the deck. He's got 33. Jackson has it again, and he steps out of bounds. No, they caught a blocking foul. Insane. After a blocking foul, Cobb comes out. Dennis, Moore, and Young back in. Here's Thompson back out there after the dead ball foul. And that's no good from Frank Bauer. Mark Williams pulls down the miss. Come on, fellas. Moore drives, throws it down, sharp on a poster, and we are tied at 97. Can we see more from Kylan Moore down the stretch after a quiet first half? He's played a whole lot better here in the second. Thompson drives and scores off the window, man. Like I said, they always have an answer. This crowd is getting pretty loud here. Just over half the quarter left to play here in Houston. Game 1 has been awesome so far. Kylan Moore calls for it down low. Misses the layup. Got it back. Second chance 3. And Young puts us in the lead for the first time since the first quarter. Come on, guys. We can do this. Smith calling for it. He wants the matchup against Kylan Moore. Tough shots for the lead. Dumped inside again to Moore. Back out. Open 3 for Dennis, but he can't knock it down. Threes have not been a strong suit so far here in this one. Backdoor. Whitmore left it short. Good contest by Young. We're playing hard right now. We gotta play a little bit better to win this game. Kylan Moore against Jabari Smith. Blows by him, and we're back in front. They're trying to get Whitmore open. He'll try a 3. Another one goes in. He can't seem to miss from downtown tonight. Moore the screen. Highland step back, fade away 3 offline. Moore pulls it down. We're tied again. He's taking over here in the fourth. And Cobb, Walker, Christie will check back in here at the very next dead ball. Bauer drives, fouled, and that will give us a chance to bring in the rest of our starters. Mark Williams will have to check out here after the free throw. The first of which is good. Rockets back in front. They lead by 2. Cobb with it. Takes the screen. Drives baseline. Draws the foul on Smith. His second, just the first on the Rockets all quarter long. Done a great job not forcing contact on us. The free throws to tie the game back up at 106 are up, and both are good. Out to Whitmore. And this time he can't hit. It's a big break right there. Under 4 minutes left. Moore steps back for the lead, but he left it short. And the Rockets will bring it back up. Jabari Smith gets the feed. Working against Jarris Walker. Fades, and once again from that exact same spot. He's got 29 points. He has been insane in this game. Their best offensive player, no doubt, had a hot start, has really just kept it going since then. Moore drives, has a lane. We're tied again. Now Bauer wants it. He has still been quiet tonight. Tough shot, it's not gonna go. Ill-advised look, I think, right there for the Houston Rockets. Darius Walker, Euro stepping to put us in the lead. 110 to 108. We have fought all the way back. We have shown some serious fight and grit in this game. And now the Rockets are the ones playing from behind. Just over 2 minutes left to go. Whitmore blocked out of bounds. Kylan Moore does it again. Screen comes up. Shot clock under 5. Shadon Sharp has to force it. It's no good from the elbow. And now our first chance to extend our lead. Moore with a quick shot, no good. Good defense by Houston, I guess. But Dennis cuts off the pass. Fast break. Christie, 4-point lead. What a play by Dennis. That's a big point swing right there. Thompson picked up by Dennis. Hands off to Sharp. Rockets crowd getting loud, trying to will their team back in, and it's blocked again by Kylan Moore. He has been unreal. We got 4 players with their takeovers on. Cobb got it! What a shot! 7-point lead. The Rockets don't know what hit them. What a fourth quarter by the Aztecs. Rockets offense has gone completely cold, and now we're gonna draw the charge. Bauer can't believe it. Everything going our way down the stretch. It's just a repeat of a year ago. 70 seconds left. And it seems like all of our starters have stepped up here late. Absolutely incredible basketball down the stretch. This is one of our best fourth quarter performances of the entire series. Christie hits the dagger. We lead by 10. Do you believe your eyes? We trailed. What was it? 106 to 108. A 12-0 run. And the Rockets are showing no signs of life. And it is the Aztecs who will take game 1 in Houston. The Rockets led by as many as 13 points in the second half. And we came back all the way. When it comes to crunch time, we are just a completely different team. That was awesome. It is only these two teams that can give you a game as good as that one right there. 113 to 120, your final score. The offense and defense kind of got turned on their head there in that second half. Despite 3 different players scoring 20 plus for the Rockets, we take it by 7. 29 for Jabari Smith, 25 for Whitmore, 23 for Jackson. All 3 guys shot the ball incredibly well. 3 blocks for Smith, Whitmore, and Frank Bauer. Bauer did have 18 boards, but he only shot 4 for 16. And that was a huge reason why they lost this game. John Cobb puts up 38 points. He was keeping us in this game until that fourth quarter. And then Kylan Moore really stepped up late, had a very quiet first half. Kind of a quiet third quarter, but when the fourth came around, he was awesome, but he was great on defense the entire game. He puts together 8 blocks by himself with 18 boards of his own. Bauer and him going back and forth the whole night. Smith also matched up on Moore in parts of that game, but Christie hit a couple of big shots, a couple of big drives. Darius Walker played very well. And stuff the stat sheet. Dennis, pretty similarly, passed the ball very well. And, man, that was a really, really good win. We came from behind. and we played a phenomenal fourth quarter. But if this game is any indication, this will once again be a series that is going to be decided by the final 3 to 4 minutes of each game. And that will take us right into Game 2. We're still in Houston here for this game, where we go back home for Games 3 and 4 after this game concludes. We're going to sim the first half and jump in the second half, because I imagine it's going to be a very tight game. Here we go. And Game 2 tip-off is won this time by Kylan Moore. Aztecs will start with the ball. We're going to simcast the first half, as I said. Offense gets off to a really good start. Rockets still hanging around. Trading leads here in the seconds. And as expected, a very even matchup, but a really solid end to the half by the Aztecs. We lead by 6. We'll sim a little bit more. Probably jump in to watch the fourth quarter. Rockets are still hanging around, but we are playing very well. The Rockets, though, tie things up, and with 12 to go, it is 93 apiece. Let's watch the rest. Fourth quarter underway. We have the Rockets 93-93. Rockets outscored us by 6 in the third to tie things up, as John Cobb drives and draws the third foul against Cam Whitmore. Cobb with 20 points so far tonight. We'll see if he can once again hit some big shots the rest of the way. The free throws are good. We lead by 2. Whitmore downhill, fires away from the elbow. That one is good. He's got 21. Here's Christie off a screen into a three-pointer. That one will go. Rollins gets the handoff, drives inside, nobody there. 1-point game. Good crossover by Cobb. He drives and finishes. Rollins again attacks the basket, kicks it back out. Shot clock now under 10. Rollins catch and shoot 3. Hits the back iron. Island drives. Tough shot. Williams tracks it down for the offensive rebound and put back. Jackson wants it inside. Cobb swipes at the ball and still ends up with a stop. 5-point lead now for Mexico City here on the road. Another tight fourth quarter. Cobb drives through traffic. What a finish. Over the top. Got over Williams. Right to Smith for 2. Out to Cobb. Catch and shoot 3. Wide open. That one is off the mark. Good penetration by Whitmore. I think that one was blocked, but foul is called on Bones Highland. Wow. Another one of those bailout calls. First free throw comes out, ball don't lie. Back end for Whitmore. Makes it a 4-point game. Moore and Dennis back out there. Cobb takes a rest. Moore drives and jams. Quick 3. Kolajovic will close our lead back to 3. Down low, Moore's doubled. Back out to Dennis, but he can't respond. A 3 could tie it up for Houston. Rollins finds Smith, back door. 1-point game. Good drive, good pull up, but Dennis can't knock it down. Rebound goes to Smith. Couple of big stops the last couple of trips down for the Rockets defense. Whitmore finds Rollins. He'll fire a 3, but it's blocked out of bounds by Mark Williams. And that will allow Bauer and Sharp to come in for Houston. All the way up ahead off the inbound pass to Bauer. And the Rockets, on a little 7-0 run, they retake the lead. Moore looks to ISO. Instead, he shuffles the pass to Mark Williams. He goes up with it and somehow scores. Not really a part of his game usually, but a nice tough bucket from one of our backups. Under 7 minutes left to go, and we have another back and forth game here. I love this matchup. It is just never-ending, fantastic basketball. That's going to be a foul on Williams. Bauer at the line for a pair of free throws. Another quiet offensive night. He's only got 14 points. And goes 2 for 2 here at the line. Quick pass up ahead. Couple of pump fakes. And Moore once again rocks the rim. Sharp attacks. Really tough bucket right there. They have shot just below 60%. We've shot well too, but not quite that well. Back out there. Gets the feed from Jarris Walker. Couple of moves against Whitmore. And is able to draw the foul, his 4th. Just the 2nd on the Rockets here in the quarter. 2 team fouls for both teams. First one goes for Cobb. The back end is up and good. Bauer fades away. That shot is online. Christie with it. Crosses over. Trying to find his way in the paint. Eventually gets there. Has to fire. Foul is called on Shadon Sharp. That's his 4th. Cam Christie at the line for a pair. The front end will go. Tied at 113 points apiece. And the back end will once again put us in front. We are trading leads here in the 4th quarter. Here's Whitmore from downtown. That one comes out. Another rebound to Kylan Moore. Here's Christie. Back out to Dennis. Moore comes over, sets the screen. Dennis drives and finishes. And Moore, baseline, and fouled by Cobb. That's number 5. 1 away from fouling out our best offensive player. Entering some dangerous territory here. Whitmore hits the first. The back end will also go. Dennis the screen. Walker tries a 3. That one is cashed in. Jabari Smith working his way against Walker. Back out to Whitmore. Shot clock under 10. Thompson. Couple of moves. Pulls up. Misses the shot. Christie boxes out for the rebound. Moore with it. Got Bauer on him here in the high posts. We're ticking the clock away. Moore's got to do something here. He'll step back and fire. And it rattles out. We got a mismatch here. We got Bauer against Dennis. They won't work the ball to him yet. Whitmore fires. That one dances off the rim. A big chance to increase our lead, but we hand it right back. Whitmore cuts off the little handoff to David Dennis. And a chance to once again cut into our lead. Bauer wants it. Backing down more. The bucket will go. Dennis drives all the way to the tin, but it's too strong off the back iron. Pick and roll. Bauer holds on to it through the contact, and we're tied again. Another game coming right down to it, man. Oh, man. Cobb working against Whitmore. Hop steps and scores. When he gets into isolation, man, he is nearly unbeatable. He's got a plus 22 plus minus, and we are only up by 2. He's got 30 points, has shot 9 for 17 tonight. But will it be enough to win? Here's Sharp. Spinning and fighting, but he can't lay it in. Christie right there to meet him at the crest of that shot. Great shot contest right there. Cobb, good pump fake, gets by Whitmore, bucket and foul! And that is 5 on Cam Whitmore. Another huge three-point play by Cobb. late in the fourth quarter against Houston. We have seen this time and time again. And once again, like back in game 1, it's the Rockets playing from behind with only 90 seconds left. Bauer answers with one of his own, and that's going to foul out Cobb with 33 points. He can't believe it. Could this be a major turning point here in crunch time? Big free throw on the way. Dylan Young comes in. That is the right sub to make, I believe. The free throw is good. This scheme is nowhere near over. Here's Kylan Moore. Backing down Bauer. Tough shot. Too strong off the window. Now the Rockets will have a chance to tie or take the lead. Here's Smith with it. Out to Thompson. Now back to Smith. Thompson gets it back. Trying to find some space to breathe. And Bauer gets behind our defense and ties the game. 53.8 seconds left. Aztecs will use their penultimate timeout. Can we find a good look here? Does not have to be a tough shot. We can find a good look. A 2 or a 3, either one works, or draw a foul. Shot clock at 10. Screen from Moore. Jarris Walker drives, throws it down! Aztecs lead. Rockets call timeout. 35 seconds to go. They don't have to go fast. Bauer drives again. Scores at the basket. He has taken over here in the fourth. 126 apiece, and we use our last timeout. There's a 4-second differential on the game clock. We inbound to Jarris Walker. Dennis now with it, finds Moore. He's blocked by Bauer. There's no shot clock left, and the Rockets can hold for the final shot of regulation. Wow, Frank Bauer willing his team to a tie game, and now a chance to win it here and tie the series up at 1 game apiece. It has been a physical series so far. Here's Thompson crossing over. Now they will just milk the clock away. They don't want to give us a chance to get one shot off here. Here's Whitmore. Stepping back to Bauer for the win. It's no good. And we are headed to overtime in game 2. And I wouldn't have it any other way. What more can you ask for in a series like this? Two teams so evenly matched. But who can come out on top in this one? This right here is playoff basketball perfection, folks. This is just such a sight to watch every single game. That three is no good for Sharp, and once again, of course, we have no John Cobb here in overtime. So Dylan Young comes in playing a big role down the stretch. But how about Jarris Walker stepping up late? Out to Thompson, his three offline. Has yet to hit one here in this series, I believe. He's only hit a handful here in the entire playoffs. Open corner three, but Christie can't cash in. Bauer up to Smith, and he misses. A pretty good look, just a few feet away from the basket. Walker, good hesitation once again, works his way inside. He's got 18 points. Whitmore isos against Dylan Young. The foul is called with the continuation. And a three-point play on the way for Ken Whitmore here in overtime. The free throw is good. They cut our lead to 1. Moore the screen. Christie shuffles it to him for the easy deuce on the pick and roll. Here's Bauer. Blocked by Kylan Moore. Took too long to fire that one off. Young back out. Dennis has a good look and knocks it down to double our lead to 6. Thompson back out. Deep three for Sharp. Answers right back. It's back to 3. Just under half of the OT period left here. Dylan Young, no good. And a big physical rebound by Frank Bauer, but he gives it right back. Young cuts off the pass on the fast break outlet attempt. We still lead by 3 here. Just over 2 to go now. Christie to Kylan Moore for a 5-point lead. The Rockets need some offense, and Frank Bauer keeps supplying it. They're not going away anytime soon. We got to score pretty much every time down the court to walk away with a win here in Houston. Moore thought about fading away, lost his dribble. Now it's with Jarris Walker. We're going to try to pick and roll again. Walker drives, bucket and foul. Jarris Walker continues to step up in John Cobb's stead. Just under 90 seconds left to go. The free throw is good. We lead by 6 once more. Thompson has a lane, pulls up, misses the shot. Bauer tracks it down and is fouled on the putback attempts. That's number 4 on Kylan Moore. MVP chance here in the Toyota Center for Frank Bauer. The front end is good. And the back end for Bauer will make it a 4-point cushion for the Aztecs. It's still not over. Still a couple trips left for either team. Who do we go to down the stretch here? Walker's been great. Kylan Moore's been great. And that shot's not going to go. Really good contest there by Bauer. Behind the back pass to Sharp to close it back to 2. Moore gets the feed inside, spins, and he draws the foul on Bauer. That will put us in the bonus for the rest of overtime. Big free throws for the big man. The Blueprints knocks down the front ends to push our lead to 4. The free throw is money. Timeout Rockets, their penultimate. Smith inbounds to Cam Whitmore. The Rockets probably want to go fairly quick here. Bauer again scores through the contact, man. He has been way better than back in game 1. 4th quarter plus overtime, he has been a different beast. Only a 2-point lead. Dennis has the rock, guarded by Thompson, hits by and blocked by Bauer out of bounds. There is a 17-second differential, make it an 18-second differential. Come on, somebody make a play here. Dennis has it. Christie pumps, shot clock under 5, and he lost it, gets it back, and misses the shots. And the Rockets, trailing by 2, will have a chance to tie or take the lead on what might be the final play of overtime. 16.6 on the clock. There is no shot clock left here in the first overtime. We lead by 2. Rockets can tie or take the lead. Bauer wants the rock. Back out to Thompson. Smith pumps. Somebody's got to shoot. Whitmore to tie. No good. And the Aztecs take game 2. 142 to 140. And once again, crunch time proves to be the difference. And we win both games on the road to open up this Western Conference matchup. We are just simply the better team when it comes down to closing out the games. Despite a triple-double from Frank Bauer and 4 blocks as well, it's not enough. 27 for Shadon Sharp, 27 for Cam Whitmore. Jackson played well, Jovic played well. Nobody was bad for them, but they couldn't win the game. Whitmore took that last shot. You probably went Bauer taking that shot because of how good he's been, but Whitmore has been really good so far in this series, so I think they got a couple options there for the final shot. But for the Aztecs, 33, 6, and 10 for Cobb, had 4 steals prior to fouling out. Kylan Moore, 22 and 7, 3 more blocks here in this game. Dennis, a double-double. We had 4 players score 21 points or more. and Jarris Walker made some of the biggest plays down the stretch of the game, especially once Cobb came out. He kind of took over for the offense. Dylan Young, 16 points off our bench. Mark Williams, a solid 4 for 4 shooting. And if the Rockets cannot figure out how to close out these games, they're not going to beat us. They outshot us by 10 3-point makes, and it still was not enough. Free throws fairly even, but we won the paint battle. We passed the ball very well, as did they, but just a couple of plays not going their way. And they'll have to right the ship next episode in games 3 and 4 at home in Mexico City. That is going to do it here, folks. This has been such a treat to watch. And even more so because we keep on beating these guys in the biggest moments. So, games 3 and 4, next time out, but what a start to the Western Conference Finals. These two teams are just complete rivals, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like the video, subscribe down below, leave your feedback in the comment section, and I'll see y'all next time. Take care and have a great day.